You think you know parrots. Colorful, loud, and great at copying words. Wrong. They can call their friends by name. One species forgot how to fly, and scientists are now working hard to keep these lazy little fluff balls alive. Today, we're looking at some of the most surprising things science has uncovered about these birds, and some of it will genuinely change the way you see them. The bird that forgot how to fly. Imagine a parrot. You're probably thinking of a colorful bird flying through the jungle, right? Well, meet the Kakapo. It's green, it's nocturnal, and, here's the kicker, it's the only parrot in the world that can't fly. Actually, it's more like a feathered bowling ball that thinks it's an owl. Weighing up to 4 kilograms, this bird is a true heavyweight champion of the avian world. But why did it stop flying? You see, for millions of years, New Zealand was like a paradise with no monsters. Without land predators to run away from, the Kākāpō simply decided that wings were, well, unnecessary luggage. Think of it like a professional athlete who retired because there was no competition. Usually, most birds breed every year, but the Kakapo, they're much more picky. They wait for a very specific alarm clock to go off. This alarm is the Rimu tree. Every 2 to 4 years, these trees go through something called masting, which is basically a giant forest buffet where they produce massive amounts of fruit. It's like the forest is throwing a surprise party. This year, the trees are blooming like crazy. For the 250 Kākāpō left on Earth, this is the ultimate green light. It's a biological go time. But here's the thing, nature needs a little help sometimes. Since every single egg is literally worth its weight in gold, the New Zealand Department of Conservation is not taking any chances. Every bird wears a smart transmitter, kind of like a high-tech fitness tracker. Rangers even use incubators to keep the eggs safe, like a cozy high-tech nursery. Once the chicks hatch, they're carefully returned to their moms. It is a massive milestone for conservation technology. Believe it or not, we're using satellites to save a bird that, well, prefers to walk. So why do we care so much about a bird that walks? Well, the Kakapo is a living memory of an ecosystem that almost disappeared. By protecting them, we're actually learning how to heal the entire planet. Each new chick expands the genetic library of the species, making them stronger against diseases. It's not just about one bird, it's a breakthrough for how we protect all endangered life. Honestly, wouldn't the world be a bit more boring without a giant honey-smelling parrot running through the woods? What do you think? Is it possible to save a species that evolution almost left behind?
The secret names of parrots. It's not just mimicry. We've always thought parrots were just the karaoke stars of the bird world, repeating words without really understanding them. But wait, here is the twist. New research demonstrates that parrots aren't just copying sounds, they're actually using specific names for each other. Think of it like a sonic ID card. Each bird has a unique signature call. When a parrot wants to talk to a specific friend in a crowded, noisy jungle, they don't just scream. Actually, they mimic that specific signature sound to get their attention. It's like being in a busy mall and hearing someone shout your name. Suddenly, you stop and look. That is exactly what these feathered geniuses are doing. But how do they get these names? Well, they aren't born with them. Think about how human babies learn to speak. Parrot chicks listen to their parents and hear specific sound patterns. Instead of just copying them perfectly, they remix these sounds to create their own unique identity. It's their very own biological brand. Once the name is created, everyone else in the group learns it. Most of the time, we think of naming as a human thing, but in reality, these birds are building a complex social network, one shout-out at a time. It's a milestone in our understanding of how language starts in the wild. Believe it or not, this ability is incredibly rare. In the entire animal kingdom, only humans, dolphins, and some elephants were known to call each other by name. Now parrots have officially joined this elite social club. Think about the brain power required for this. You have to remember a sound, link it to a specific individual, and then call it back when you need them. It's like having a mental contact list stored in a brain the size of a walnut. Surprisingly, their social structures are so advanced that they use these names to find their family in a massive, chaotic swarm of thousands of birds. So why does this matter to us? Well, this discovery opens a new window into the evolution of language. It shows us that the need for deep social bonds drives the brain to create complex labels. In the past, we thought we were the only ones who cared about who is who, but the reality, it's much more complex. These birds have a social hierarchy and emotional depth that rivals our own. Think about it. Next time you hear a parrot screeching, they might not just be making noise. They might be saying, "Hey, Dave, over here." If you were a parrot, what do you think your signature name call would sound like?
The ancient Andean Parrot Express. Archaeologists found mummified parrots in Chile's Atacama Desert. These birds traveled thousands of miles from the Amazon jungle. They had to survive freezing mountain passes over 4,000 meters high. This demonstrates one of the most incredible logistics operations of the ancient world. These birds were basically living feather factories. Owners kept them alive in the desert to pluck their colorful feathers for ceremonial clothes. To keep them healthy, people even fed them human food like corn. This shows a deep, long-term commitment to these valuable birds. This is a milestone because it reveals complex trade networks long before the Inca Empire. In a dry desert, owning a tropical parrot was the ultimate status symbol. It shows that our bond with these birds is a spiritual connection that is thousands of years old. The parrot with a spear, a lesson in resilience. Scientists documented a disabled parrot with a broken upper beak becoming the absolute alpha of its group. Normally, this bird would be the weakest link. However, it invented a completely new fighting style to compensate for its injury. This shows that survival isn't just about physical strength, but cognitive flexibility. Since it couldn't bite or grip like others, the bird developed beak jousting. It uses its lower beak and head like a sharp spear to deliver rapid-fire attacks. Its rivals had no defense against this unconventional and lightning-fast attack style. As a result, the disabled parrot won every single fight. This discovery is a milestone because it shows that social hierarchy isn't just about appearance. It shows that individual intelligence can overcome biological limitations. This bird didn't just survive, it rewrote the rules of leadership through pure creativity. Honestly, it is a textbook example of behavioral flexibility. A parrot that knows own name, one that walks instead of flies, ancient birds crossing mountain ranges as living treasure, and a disabled bird that became the toughest in its group. Which of these surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. Fresh Science is here to bring you the most exciting breakthroughs from the edge of discovery. If you want to stay ahead of the latest news in science, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our community. You can find all the scientific sources used for this video in the description below. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. Stay curious and stay fresh.